Hi, it's Chris from Epix Systems again. This is a short video to explain the process of personalising your job sheet. There is already a video on our YouTube channel on how to personalise the dashboard, and the process for personalising your job sheet is very similar, and I'd just like to cover that in this short tutorial. Similar to personalising the dashboard, the reasons that you might want to do the same for your job sheet could well be the job role that you have, or perhaps the tasks that you undertake on a very frequent basis within a job sheet. So certain job roles, for example, may not need to see some of the financial data. Perhaps a client user would only want to be seeing very restricted data about the job. And then maybe even if you are always looking at the job history, or you need to see the surveys on a job, perhaps positioning those at the top of the job sheet so you don't have to keep scrolling. Any one of those scenarios is what we're going to be covering now on how to personalise the job sheet. So to begin, let's get ourselves into a job sheet. Now, as we know, at the top of a job sheet we get the job reference, the status, and then a variety of buttons which carry out a whole host of tasks. But the button that we're interested in to personalise this layout is hiding down at the bottom. So if we scroll right down to the bottom of our job sheet, in the bottom right hand corner is the Personalise button, and if we press on there we get taken into the Personalise job sheet screen, which looks a little like the one you see when you're doing your dashboard, but there is a few subtle differences. So first of all, the items listed here, these are the different sections that can be available to you, and very similar to the dashboard personalising, depending on your permissions within the system, you may well not get the full list like this. Your list could be smaller, but the items are listed here. The second column over here, the display column with the drop down list, we have three options underneath that drop down. You have hidden, open or closed. And so what I'd like to do very quickly is just step back out of this screen and show you the difference between hidden, open and closed, so that you know what we're talking about when we're personalising. So to very quickly scroll through our job sheet, we can see here that we've got a variety of tables. So this one here, for example, is currently set to open, and that's because we can see the data within it. This one here is set to closed, so by closed we have to click where it says click to show to expand. So this is now open, but set behind the scenes it was set as closed, meaning that the user has to click on it to reveal the contents. And you might want to use that if the item that it is showing can be quite a lengthy report. So for example, the job history, as you have a job go on over time, the history lines can build up, and this could be quite an extensive list. So you might want to have that a little smaller and have to make the user click on it to view the contents. And then finally, hidden just simply means that you don't see it, it's not there. So back into the Personalise screen again. From this screen we can make items open, closed or hidden, and so as you can see here we've got a variety of them set to open, some set to closed, and some of them are hidden from view. Now the list of items, there is a list available on our website as to what these actually mean and the contents of the tables and what's in them. But with these ones they are quite obvious and there's not that many to go at, so it is quite an easy process for you to bring these in and out to have a look and to see if they're suitable for what you need. And what influences the order in which they appear on the job sheet, so from top to bottom, is the sequence order. So for example, job surveys here at the top, this is appearing in sequence order 1 on our job sheet. The email history and then history of the job are at positions 2 and 3. So if we very quickly go back into our job sheet now, we can see here below general details, this is always there, we have the job inspections, that's our surveys. Now there aren't any on this job, but if they were they would be here, and that's at position 1. The email history is this tab here, and that was set at position 2, and the job history tab, which was set to closed but then at position 3, is here. So let's go back into the Personalise screen and add something in and take something away, just to show you how that works. So let's bring in and take away some items. So as we can see here, the job email history is currently set to open. Let's say we don't want to see that all the time, so we'd like to make that closed. Our history item, let's make that open for now. And let's scroll down here to the works orders, which are currently hidden, and these are your split jobs. I'd like to make that open so that we can see them, and I'd like that to go in position 4, so it's a little higher up the job sheet. And also, if we scroll down here, some of the things that I know maybe I'm not using, such as the project financials and order nominal codes, as we can see they're closed. Let's make our order nominal codes hidden, and the project details also hidden because I'm not using those. And scrolling back to the top, I press continue. And that will then apply all those changes, and the job sheet will reload. And now, as we can see, the changes that we've just done have been made. So as we can see, the job communication history, the email history that was previously open, we now have to click on to show it. The job history itself that was a closed bar is now open all the time. And we've now got an additional section showing here for the works orders. These are the split jobs. That was previously hidden from sight, and they are now visible here at position 4. And scrolling a little further down to the bottom of the page, where we had our order nominals and project forecasts down here, those sections have now disappeared. So a very quick recap. To personalise a job sheet, you go into any job sheet, click on Personalise, and then make changes to whether you want the display option to be open, closed or hidden, and then you can adjust the sequence that it appears from top to bottom, 1 being the top of the screen, just below general details. And it's worth mentioning at this point that anything you do to personalise your job sheet is done for your job sheet only, and if you want to do this for your colleague, then you'll have to reproduce what you've done on their computer as well. But also, you can do this in the setup as well. So when creating a new user, it is possible, a bit like you can with the dashboards, to copy a job sheet layout from one user to another. And that's done from within the user setup, which if you have a look at our dashboard personalizing, you'll see the section there for the job sheet, and it's exactly the same process. As ever, any questions that you may have at all regarding this video, do get in touch and we'd be happy to help.